Let's take a look at the basics of the material editor in 3ds Max. A material is a shader definition that has to do with the surface properties of a model. What's its color? Does it have a texture? Is it shiny? Does it have a pattern or an image applied to it? Those are all properties of a material. Here's what we'll have by the end of this chapter. It's a simple material that's got some refractions here to this transparent logo. Here's the scene. I simply got a beveled text object and a backdrop. I'll begin by opening up the material editor. I can do that in a couple different ways, either by clicking on this button on the main toolbar or by pressing the M key on the keyboard. The default type of material editor is called the slate material editor. To begin with materials, I can switch to the compact material editor by going up to this menu in the material editor and choosing Modes Compact Material Editor. And now I've got the compact interface. This will just be simpler and easier to work with. The main area up here is devoted to so-called sample slots. A sample slot is a staging area where you can create, preview, and edit materials, whether or not they're assigned to objects in the scene. A sample slot is not necessarily applied to an object. There's no direct relationship between the two. I can have a material that's present in the scene and not in a sample slot, or vice versa. I'll select one of these sample slots here, and I'd just like to show to you a few of these icons on the right-hand side of the compact material editor. For example, I can choose to display a background, or I can turn the backlighting on or off. I can also choose a different object for the sample. The default is a sphere, but I can also use a cylinder or a cube. Additionally, I can middle mouse click in the sample slot and rotate the object. I'll give this a name. I'll call it Logo Material. I do like to put the word material in the name of the material. That way I'll be able to tell whether I'm working with a top-level material or a subordinate map. A map is a texture or a pattern that's applied onto some property or parameter of a material, such as its color. Just so that I know that I'm working with a material, I'll put the word material in the name.